It's been a while since the Mario movie came out, and there were some different thoughts on the movie when it came out. Naturally, as a Mario fan, I enjoyed it quite a bit, even though it had a few issues in my opinion. But I recently watched it again out of boredom one day, and my thoughts have changed a little bit. So consider this more of a re-review of the movie. First, let's go over the story real quick, and spoiler warning. If you haven't seen it, going once, going twice, going thrice, here we go. In the Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser has stolen the Superstar and plans to use it to propose to Princess Peach. But in the real world, in Brooklyn, Mario and Luigi are working hard to get their new plumbing business underway. They get their first job, which doesn't go the best, and they feel a bit defeated. But when a major pipe bursts, they think it's their chance to prove themselves and they go to try to fix it. But in trying to do so, they get whisked away to the Mushroom Kingdom but get split up, with Mario ending up in the Mushroom Kingdom and Luigi in Bowser's Kingdom. Luigi is kidnapped and Mario asks the princess for help to get him back. This works out as Peach is preparing to launch an attack on Bowser and his minions, so Mario, Peach, and a brave Toad go to Kong Country to ask for help, but to get their aid, Mario has to fight DK and win in a battle. He wins, and they try to fight Bowser a la Mario Kart style, before ending up in New York after the climax continues further. Mario and Luigi use the Superstar to defeat Bowser and his army, and New York and the Mushroom Kingdom are both saved. The end. Now, like before, I'm going to address the pros and cons of the film. So, the pros. First is the animation. For Illumination, the studio behind it, this is probably their best looking movie, and their style does lend its way to the world of Mario. It looks fantastic. I mean, a lot of people were unsure about it, and Illumination, the Minions people are going to make this movie, oh no. But I thought it made sense. Their cartoony style really does fit, and honestly, you can see the effort on the screen, so I was still really happy with it. Second, the action is great. If you've ever played any Mario game before like me, you'd like it a lot. I couldn't help but grin every time they use the classic way of fighting or Mario Karting. It just makes me happy to see it fully realized. And watching it again, yeah, I still was grinning ear to ear seeing all the action happening because I did all those things as a kid. So, yeah, action, still great. Third, for the most part, the casting choices do work. We were all concerned about Chris Pratt playing Mario, and to be honest, I was too. Before, I saw him as serviceable. Watching it again, yeah, he's fine. He's not distracting. And if anything, I wasn't annoyed listening to him do the voice. He does perfectly fine still. But for Charlie Day, Jack Black, Anya Taylor-Joy, Seth Rogen, Keegan-Michael Key, and Kevin Michael Richardson, they all do good jobs in their roles. A lot of people say Jack Black is the standout, and yeah, he is. But there are times you can kind of tell he's struggling to keep up the booming, gravelly voice, but he still does it pretty well. And for everyone else, they all fit the bill pretty well and have the personalities of the characters down. The movie does have a lot going for it, and I do like it, but it is far from perfect. My biggest issue with the movie is the lack of depth. The movie is only 87 minutes long, and while the action scenes are fun and the pace is quick, it feels more like they were trying to fulfill cool action set pieces more than story. Now, I know a lot of people will make the argument with a Mario story that doesn't need to be the focus. Just keep it simple. But this is a movie, and a good narrative is important. If they just let scenes breathe a little bit more, it would have felt more fleshed out. There'll be scenes starting character development and exposition, but then it cuts so quickly to the next thing, it's like they cut it out because they worried the audience would get bored. I think just adding another 5 to 10 minutes just for development and letting scenes breathe would have helped a great deal. And even though I praise the casting choices, there is one sad omission I have to address. Fred Armisen, who voices Cranky Kong, has the most obnoxious voice in the movie. It's like they asked him to come into the recording booth, but he had COVID the day he did it, and they just said, good enough. Or he was trying to do some kind of impression of something, but I don't know what he's trying to do. The first time, I was really put off by it. This time, I was less annoyed, only because I knew what I was getting into, but I still think they should have picked someone else. Someone like Christopher Lloyd. His gravelly voice would have been a good fit, and he's already voiced a video game character in Knuckles. Or maybe Paul Giamatti with his usual pissed off demeanor. Something like that would have worked better, at least I think. Finally, just like Knuckles, the unnecessary song sequence. Just because Jack Black is in the movie doesn't automatically mean we need a song, especially one so quick and dumb that you could have cut it out and missed nothing. Overall, watching it again, there is a lot to like, and I do think they did a good job. But the stuff that could be better is still too noticeable for me to give this a really high grade. But for the stuff that does work, I'll give it a solid B. It gives you what you want, but I hope with the sequel they'll try to fix some of the things I've mentioned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.